Hi there, I'm Wendy and welcome to my channel where I share knitting and crochet tutorial videos for my projects and techniques. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the method that I use for making a border when I'm working my corner to corner crochet projects. How to add a border to corner crochet is a question that I commonly get asked because when you take a look at corner to corner, you've got alternating blocks here and you've got one block will have 3 stitches standing up vertically and the block next to it will have those stitches laying horizontally. So I'm going to show you the method that I always use on my projects where I always get 3 stitches standing over each individual block as you go along, and I'll also show you how I work my corners. So this method consists of working 2 rounds for the border, and when you look at it on the plain version here, you can see that it hardly notices at all, except I've now just got a nice straight edge and I've also got some defined corner points. The same applies if I use a contrasting colour, and that can be enough on its own as a border and it can just finish off your corner to corner projects nicely. However, it does also give you a perfect starting point if you want to work further rounds for an alternative border as well. So I'm going to take you through working these 2 rounds for the basic corner to corner border, but I'm also going to show you how to make a very simple edging on top of it as well at the end of the video. So I'll put timestamps in the description notes below so that you've got the exact points to come back to for round 1 and round 2 of the border, and then if you want to make the further edging as well. I will also be using a much stronger colour combination in the video today, so you can see quite clearly where I'm placing my stitches. But just before we start, if you're new to this channel, then please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so that you get to hear when my next videos go live. And if you've enjoyed the video, it would be lovely if you gave me a thumbs up as well. But for now, we'll get on with making this border and showing you how to neaten the edges for your corner to corner crochet. This is the right-handed video, so if you're left-handed, I'll put a link in above here now and in the description notes below to take you to the left-handed video. So I'm going to be working the first round into the gaps between each block of corner to corner crochet. So I'm just going to pop my hook between any of the 2 blocks and then pop my yarn in the hook and pull through to the front and then make 1 chain just to secure it into place, and I can pull that short tail end just to tighten it up, and then I'm going to work 1 double crochet. That's 1 UK double crochet in exactly the same place. Now I'm going to make 3 chain, and then I'm going to make 1 UK double crochet in the gap between the next 2 blocks. And again 3 chain, and then 1 UK double crochet between the next 2 blocks, and I'm going to continue doing this until I get to the corner. So that's my next 3 chain made, my next UK double crochet in between the next 2 blocks, and so on. And so that's 1, 2, 3 chain made, another UK double crochet into that gap between the 2 blocks, and then 3 more chain. Now when you get to the corner, you need to just find a point that you can crochet into, and you want to make 1 UK double crochet and then 2 chain, and then 1 UK double crochet again in exactly the same place, and that's going to give you a tiny little chain space here that you can work your corner into for the next round. So now it's 3 chain again, and then 1 double crochet between the next 2 blocks of corner to corner. So again 3 chain, and then 1 double crochet between the next 2 blocks. And I'm going to continue this till I get to the next corner and then just go through that again with you. So I've now made my last 3 chain and I'm at my very corner, and you just want to find a point on the corner where you can pop your crochet hook under a couple of strands of yarn to make your 1 UK double crochet and then 2 chain and 1 UK double crochet in exactly the same spot. And then we're going to continue again all the way around, working our 3 chains and 1 double crochet between each group of 3 trebles. And just remember that when you get to the corners, you're going to be working 1 double crochet into the very corner stitch, followed by 2 chain and 1 double crochet again in exactly the same place. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way around, and I'll meet you when I get back to the end of the round, and I just want to join back to the beginning of the round. So I'll see you at the end of the round. So I've now reached the end of the round and I've made my last 3 chain, and I'm just quite simply going to join with a slip stitch to that first double crochet that I made at the beginning of the round. So that's just yarn over the hook and pull through both stitches, and then I can just fasten off, and that's my round complete. So now I've got my 2 samples here, and you can see that on the multicolored sample, you can see where I've got my double crochet stitches between the blocks, and then I've got these 3 chain spaces. Now in our next round, it's just these 3 chain spaces that we're going to be working into, and the little 2 chain corner spaces that we made. But when you take a look at the plain version, you can see that it's really tidied up the edges of our corner to corner all the way around, and it isn't even noticeable at all. But for now, I'm going to join in another colour and start working the trebles so that you can see how I go about doing this. So I'm going to pick a different start point to join into. So I think I'll join into the opposite side of my work from where I joined into last time. And I'm just going to take my hook and my yarn and pop my hook through any of the 3 chain spaces and pop my yarn in the hook and make 3 chain. And then I can just tighten that tail end. So that 3 chain is going to represent my first treble, and then I'm going to make 2 more UK trebles in the same chain space. Now I'm literally just going to jump to the next 3 chain space and make 3 UK trebles. And again jump to the next chain space and make 3 UK trebles. And I'm going to continue this till I get to the corner, and I'll go through working the corner section with you there. So I'm now at my corner section, and in that little 2 chain space that we made in the previous round, I'm going to work 2 trebles, 2 chain and 2 trebles to turn the corner. So that's my 2 trebles made, followed by 2 chain, and now 2 trebles. And then I can continue along again, working 3 trebles in each of these 3 chain spaces. And then when I get to the next corner, I'm going to be working 2 trebles, 2 chain, 2 trebles in that corner space to turn the corner so that we can continue along the next side of our square. I'll then continue this all the way along, and I'll meet you when I get back to the end of the round. So I've now reached the end of my round, and I'm just going to join with a slip stitch to the top of the 3 chain, and then I can fasten off, and this round is now complete. So now when we take a look at it, you can see the flashes of colour showing through where we worked the double crochet stitches in the previous round. And we've now got sets of 3 trebles worked all the way around the edge, which gives us a nice border that we can continue to work any border of our choice into. If you take a look at my plain version of the corner to corner sample here, you can now see that it's got a nice clean finish and you don't notice the border join, and the edges are just prepped and ready for you to add any border finish that you wish. So you can either finish at this point here or continue with me again to make a few more rounds and a lovely little scalloped edge. Now this border is in fact really simple. So I'm going to take my crochet hook and pop it through any stitch and just join in my new colour and make 1 chain. So I'm just going to tighten the end, and then I'm just going to make 1 double crochet in exactly the same place. Now I'm going to make 3 chain. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And then I'm going to miss 2 stitches and make 1 double crochet in the top of the following stitch. So again, I'm going to make 3 chain, miss 2 stitches and then make 1 double crochet in the following stitch. And again, miss 2 stitches. On this occasion, I have landed at the corner point, so I'm going to make my 3 chain and make 1 double crochet in the corner point. Then I'm going to make 3 chain again, miss 2 stitches and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So I'm going to continue this all the way along, making 3 chain, missing 2 stitches and then 1 double crochet in the following stitch. Now I'm going to meet you back at the next corner because I'm just going to show you what to do when you get at the corner point and your stitch isn't in the exact spot, so that you can just see how flexible this little edging is and how it will bend around the corner. So when I'm at this particular corner, I found that if I miss 1, 2 stitches, my next stitch is the stitch directly next to that corner point itself. So I'm going to make my 1 double crochet into that stitch just before the corner point, and then make my 3 chain. And then I can just come round the corner point, miss those 2 chain and then make my first double crochet in the first stitch after the corner. And you can see that the stitches have just gently bent around the corner. So now I can continue just making my 3 chain and missing 2 stitches and making my next double crochet in the following stitch. And I'm going to continue now all the way till I've got to the end of the round, and then I'll show you how to join up before we start making round 2. Now I've just finished my last 3 chain and I'm at the end of the round, but just before I join with the slip stitch, I just wanted to show you that I've in fact got 3 stitches left before I'm going to join up. But it really doesn't matter whether you've got 2 or 3 stitches at the end of the round, it's really not going to notice. So I'm just going to join to that first double crochet with a slip stitch. And then I can just cut my yarn and fasten off, and that's round 1 complete, and we're now ready to work round 2. Now round 2 is really simple, and all we're going to do is we're going to join in our new yarn to any of the 3 chain spaces. So I've just popped the yarn in the hook and pulled it through, and then I'm just going to make 1 chain to secure it. And then quite simply in each of these chain spaces I'm going to make 3 UK double crochets. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And I'll just pull that yarn out the way that was my tail end, and then just jump to the next 3 chain space and again make 3 UK double crochets, and once more jump again across to the next 3 chain space, making 3 double crochets. Now I'm going to continue like this until I reach the corners, and if I've got 3 chain actually bending around the corner like this, I'm then just going to make 4 double crochets in that corner. And if I reach a corner point where I made my double crochet stitch directly in the corner, I'm going to make 4 double crochets in the chain space before the corner and 4 double crochets in the chain space after. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then again 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I can continue making my 3 double crochets in each chain space. So I'm going to continue this until I've reached the end of the round, and I will meet you again there just to join up and finish off. And I'm now back at the end of the round, so I can just join with a slip stitch into that first double crochet I made at the beginning of the round, and then I can cut my yarn and fasten off, and I've finished. So whether you like a subtle version or a more colourful option, I do hope that this video has helped you to create some borders and edging for your corner to corner crochet. So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, and I'll say for now, thanks for watching, happy crocheting, and I look forward to seeing you soon.